Hey, you guys. I just got home from the gym, and a conversation between me and my personal trainer happened today that truly inspired me. And so, before I get into my day that has meetings all the way until like 8 o'clock tonight, I figured I would share it before I lose it. So, today I was doing a new exercise where I was lifting weights to work on my biceps, triceps, and lats. I think I got all the muscles right. And since it was a new exercise that she was introducing to my regimen, she was spotting me. Chelsea, my trainer, was spotting me. And so I don't know if you've ever been spotted before, but they really don't help you carry the weight, but they're there as support in case you drop it, in case your confidence wavers. And really it's to me it's more of a psychological thing than anything, just knowing that they're there to make sure that you're not gonna hurt yourself. And so as we were doing the exercise, and I got to my last rep. When I got to the last rep, she stopped spotting me, and the last rep felt heavier, and I was actually more afraid because I realized that she had let her invisible hold go, and that I was doing it all on my own. And so I looked at her and I said, "Man, that last one was when you weren't spotting me. I kind of got scared. I'm like, thank God for spotters." And I was like, "You don't realize how much they're helping until they're not." And she was like, "That's a sermon." And I said, "You're right. It really is." Because on so many occasions, life can get heavy. I always think about Erica Badu's Bag Lady song. And, the first line is, "Bag Lady, you gonna hurt your back." Uh, Dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you all you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. And as women, we tend to forget that. And we try to hold on to everybody else, and we try to hold on to them actually tighter than we hold on to ourselves, not realizing that we can't hold on to anybody at our full capacity and with the full love and strength that we have on the inside of us if we don't first hold on to ourselves and treat ourselves with the same love, respect, admiration. You know, um, Jesus told us to love others as we love ourselves. And so you're only going to love at the capacity at which you love yourself. And so that's a daily goal of mine. But back to the spotting, I realized that, on so many occasions, on so many days, on seasons of life where I've had anxiety, where I felt depressed, where I felt heavy, it's because I felt like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders and I was carrying it all by myself. And that was the expectations. And I can even say that recently I've had a lot of that. I've been on this journey. This working out is not for the gram. It's not so I can just be all fine. I'm already fine. um, going to therapy regularly is not, so I can brag and say I believe in therapy and Jesus. This is really a journey that I'm on to do some self correction that I need to do. And the interesting thing that I'm learning is that you would think based on what we learned as kids that most people that have experienced any type of trauma in their life, or have experienced any type of setbacks, or have had their heart broken tremendously, or experienced the loss of an immediate loved one, that it would stop them in their tracks and they wouldn't be as successful. And you hear all these stories about kids, and that is true. But also, it breeds a different kind of person too. When you grow up and you experience any type of trauma, or when you are in a relationship as an adult where you are abused in any way, verbally, emotionally, physically, or where you're made to feel less than by people, it can either breed you retreating, but for a lot of people, it breeds you to be an overachiever. It breeds you to be a workaholic. It breeds you to work that much harder, and it breeds a people pleasing aspect in you because you don't want to let anybody down, and you are used to being judged in a really unfair way. And so you want to stay in the people that you love's good graces. And it actually becomes more of a harm than a help, because really, thinking about what I experienced at the gym this morning and what God downloaded to me, is like we are all meant to be spotters for somebody, and we are all meant to have spotters in our life, people that make us feel safe, people that help us to grow our confidence. All those things come from the inside. but I'm saying that they're there as a help, like a spot. The spotter is not there to lift the weight for you. The spotter is there to make sure you don't drop the weight on your neck and crush it. The spotter is there to make sure that you don't do something that you injure yourself. The spotter is there to be a support to you. And so, who is your spotter? And if you can't point out anybody in the physical right now, I'm here to tell you that you have a spotter that I believe in. And even if you don't believe, I'm going to share with you, because what it really made me think about was God. And it made me think about that scripture in First Corinthians where he talks about that his grace is sufficient, and in my weakness his strength is made perfect. And so a lot of times I'm carrying the weight of the world, or I feel like I'm carrying the weight of the world, and I feel weak, and I feel like I can't go on, and I feel like I'm not going to make it. And then I realized today, man, God, you spotted me this whole time. You got me. You're going to make sure that I'm not crushed. You're going to fulfill on your word in First Colossians that said, no test or temptation that I'm going through is anything more than my brothers and sisters in Christ have experienced, and that you won't let me be pushed past my limit. That's the Message version translation of that. And so I'm just so thankful for clarity of thought, and for thoughts like that that drop into my spirit that remind me that I'm not alone, and that I'm enough, and that I'm never alone, because I serve a God that'll never leave nor forsake me, and He loves me so much that He sends me tangible proof of His love through people like my personal trainer, and through people, morning Tamira, and through people like my tribe of faithful few that continuously pour into me and remind me that they're spotting me. Girl, you're not by yourself. I got you. I believe that they are spotting me and telling me, like, I'm gonna help you carry this. I can't lift the weight for you. You know, no one can change our life for us. We have to change it for ourselves. No one can get us and do the work for us. No one, there's no way that someone else can lift weights and then I gain the muscle mass, or I experience the weight loss. Like, it doesn't work like that. There are some things in life, most things in life, that if we want to achieve them and we want to achieve them well, then we have to do them for ourselves. But that doesn't mean you can't have a spotter there to make sure that you do it the right way, that you're safe, that you feel supported, and that you have confidence to keep going on. And so I encourage everyone around them to think about the spotters in their life, the people who make sure that the weight doesn't crush you, the people that, when you're at your lowest point, can still see you as your best self, the people that believe in your strength and realize how strong you are, even when you feel like you're at your weakest, the people who never give up on you, even when you've given up on yourself, the people who tell you you can do it. Like, sometimes we just need somebody to say you can do it. And then what was so beautiful about today, like I said, when I hit that last rep, she stopped spotting me, and I had to use my own strength to push that last weight up, and I did it. And then it's like, wow, you've walked with me enough through this that now I can do this on my own. And that in itself preaches to me as well, that our God is a teaching God. The whole Bible is an educational tool, and that our life, everything that we experience, are teaching moments. And that if we learn the lesson, we learn the right form, we learn how to keep ourselves safe, we learn what weight we can bear, the meaning WEIGHT, while we wait to be able to carry more. I mean, one of the things that I'm realizing through being on a serious fitness journey for the first time in my life. I've done some fads and I've done some things, and I've been in and out of the gym. But this is the first time that I've really invested and put a concerted effort towards getting stronger, with a specific goal of not just being cuter, but getting stronger. And I will say that I'm realizing the patience it's going to take to see the results that I want to see, but I also realize that every day that I get up and go, I'm that much closer to the goal, which gives me peace. And so I'm thankful for that. So think about your spotters today. And if you don't have any in your life, if you can't think of one, just know that God, the universe, your higher power, whatever you like to call them, like, He's spotting you even when you don't know it. Like, There are so many times that you would have been crushed by the weight of life, or you could have been in a car accident, or your kids, anything could have happened. Like God forbid, anything could have happened. And he spared you. Or if the worst did happen, that he is spotting you to get you through the emotional exercises that you have to do to keep going every single day. Because life is not fair and it doesn't always work out the way that we wanted it to. And so then even in those moments, he's got us. I'll end it, on a power network note. As an entrepreneur, entrepreneurs carry so much weight. And I will tell you that, Diddy coined it best when he said more money, more problems. And entrepreneurs can have some rough weeks. I mean, when everything is dependent on you, then everything is dependent on you. But I will tell you this, everything's not dependent on you. That you got a spotter. Even when it doesn't feel like you do, you got a spotter. And what I've come to know for sure, to quote the great Oprah Winfrey, is that clients come and go, friends come and go, support comes and goes, the fanfare dies down. But if you are honest, integrative, of good character, that it doesn't matter what anyone says about you, it doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter what they try to do. Just keep your head to the sky, as Earth, Wind, and Fire said, and you will get through because somebody's already spotting you. And you doing your work, the spotter doing theirs, and you're going to come out stronger. All right, you guys. Peace, love, power. I'm going to get in the shower. Bye.